Hey Jason,
Uh,
hi. How are you doing?
yeah. Well,
Can,
I'm dry, but yeah, it was a wet dog walk at lunch, that's for sure.
uh,
Yourself?
Recording
yeah,
in progress.
uh, I am. I have a little accident on the road, and I am in the bus on the
Oh
way. Yeah,
no.
no, everything is okay, but in fact, I have a weird phone call, and I hope it will be successful for you and for me. And if you don't mind, I'll to do the record because I'd like to share the information among my network and with my chairman because I am an official AGU United Nations and I'm doing smart cities direction and I'm a part of huge international team uh, all over the world. Harvard University, Asia, and my chairman from Digital Dubai, and he's good in smart city direction. And I appreciate you for your time and for opportunity for me and for my network, for my colleagues uh, to show mm, Calgary smart cities. And I really impressed by the way and if you can, could you tell me something more about smart cities, Calgary, and the way and the opportunity for everyone, for organization, for governments, for citizens, first of all, citizens.
Yeah. So I think, the smart cities, I think we have a community, we have community objectives and deliverables, but, my team, within smart cities, I lead experimentation. And that big piece is about creating an experimental culture within the city so that we can, um, I think, just to get hands on with what's coming next, with disruptors, with technology, so that when we go to make procurement, when we go to make purchases for new technology, we're more informed, right? I think,
Yeah,
governments have a hard time with procurement. It takes a long time. And so when technology is changing so quickly, um, it's hard to make informed decisions. So if we can create this experimental culture where we could rapidly pilot, test, and partner with industry and academia to research on what's next, I think it helps us make informed decisions. So that's my biggest piece is to ensure that the city makes stronger, better investments with their new technology. I think the offshoot of that is a lot of collaboration. If you're experimenting and you're piloting, there's less risk to partnering with unknown companies or local companies or companies that governments love to do business with companies that have a long track record, right?
yeah,
And so but if you're just piloting, it's easier to do local business or a student-led business. So I think that's an exciting piece. I think the other piece we do is we recognize that the city is a major asset holder, and a lot of these assets are not at capacity or could be used for other things. So how we help industry is we have our living labs, and that's not new to Calgary or not new to the world, right? Like other cities have a living labs. So we leverage our assets like brownfield or open land or sidewalks, our dark fiber network, warehouses. We let industry and academia access those for low or no cost, and there we've got NASA's flying drones in our city, right? And
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
are state and things like that. So I think it helps accelerate innovation across industry and academia. It also is an economic development tool for the city, right? It's an attraction piece. And I think, we've got parks. We've got so many really cool living labs happening in parks that, the parks department can't help but collide with these innovators and understand how those ideas could be applied within parks. So I think that's been an unexpected boon for the city is how Living Labs has really made accelerated innovation, but really changed the culture in the city. And then the last piece I think that happens is these collaborations or partnerships with post secondaries. Not only do we get to explore research and maybe more of the cutting edge or even more philosophical pieces of or theoretical pieces of innovation, but we give uh, academics and students real world problems to solve, right? So
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
they
absolutely.
they get that experience, but then they also become part of building their professional network. A student degree or their resume is very portable. You've done that yourself. You've got educated elsewhere and you've taken those skills here. So there's nothing stopping a student from the University of Calgary or from SAIT or Bow Valley College from going to Toronto or Vancouver, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so if we can, it's much harder to move your professional network. So if we can help these students develop a professional network here in the city, and take that pride in helping build the city, um, I think we're more likely to keep them here after school or attract them here after they've gone even further and got more experience. So I think that's kind of the if there was things that I'm proud of in of our smart cities team, that would be it. It would be about sharing uh, or creating that atmosphere where experimentation and trying new things is encouraged, sharing the good stories about it, making it approachable, making innovation approachable and easy to do, becoming more business friendly, and becoming a place where people want to try new things. So yeah, I think that's a quick 5 minute soapbox on innovation in our city.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And how do you think? Is it possible for smart city Calgary to be a part of the global ecosystem? Is it
Yeah,
interesting to uh, smart city Calgary, your team, to be a part of global innovation? Because this month I have applied to Calgary because I have two regions Canada and Calgary. And Budapest has a lot of solution, and otherwise Calgary has a lot of solution. And I'm dreaming about connecting between different cities all over the world because we have a lot of possibilities for growth, and maybe it will be interesting for Smart City Calgary to be a part of global innovation. I don't know. Have you ever heard about Q4SSC? And if you don't, I'll have I'll send some
yeah,
information about it.
please do,
And
please do.
yeah, I think you know about it, and I am a part of it, and we are doing huge ecosystem, and we'd like to involve all cities all over the world. And truly speaking, when I moved to Canada, I was puzzled by localization, and now I think it's really good thing because in future, it's my personal opinion, I don't know exactly, but we'll have a lot of local city centers, and it is possible not big, but if we are talking about green transition, about eco urbanization, because in Spain, for example, they have urbanization. And what do you think? What is your opinion? And is it interesting for smart cities Calgary to be a part of it? And yes, if the answer is yes, I can send some information to give some
Hmm.
opportunity because I'm influencer and I am supporting in public in media innovation in smart cities, and I am supporting innovation and like to have an access
Hmm.
to widespread audience and professional.
Yeah.
First of all, professional.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of the work. Um, in my last position, I was on the resilience team. So Calgary is part of the 100 Resilient Cities Network. So
Uh-huh.
it was the 100 Resilient Cities Network was a Rockefeller project, but New York, Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then of course Geneva, Kuala Lumpur. There was 100 cities across the globe, and
Yeah.
that whole thing was about how do we share our solutions and our learnings, or how do we collaborate on shared issues, right? So you think of internet security or AI verification, quantum security. Those are all global opportunities or global issues that I think that kind of collaboration really advances. So I think we've seen the benefits of being a part of the 100 resilient cities. We see the part of we are a have city. We are a very we have a great IT team that allows us to stay ahead of things, but also
Hmm.
even within whether it's globally or within the region, if we develop an AI tool for even just a chat bot for 311, well, our capacity to develop that affordably is much greater than some of the small towns around us. Or you think of some of these cities that are just developing now, right? So, can we share that code? Can we share that bot with our regional partners, or how do we participate as a global citizen, right, or as a global municipality? And I think networks make the internet, and just like we're
Yeah.
talking now, whether you're on the number one bus from Bowness to Forest Lawn, or you're in Croatia, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I think we're a big part of that. And then we do. I was in Barcelona last November for the Smart Cities Conference, and there was a project that we started in Calgary with Minecraft and Microsoft called Level Up Calgary. And it was about students coming up with ideas, design ideas to accelerate the city. Well, that idea that we developed, we put a lot of time into the design and the process and how students would be engaged. Well, that
Hmm.
project is now in London and San Francisco and Buenos Aires, and it was in the Netherlands. And the Netherlands had done that was their display for the Netherlands was this Minecraft project that we started in Calgary. So you can see how quickly uh, just an idea from a school administrator in Calgary who reached out to Microsoft can spread all over the world. And so if we can do that with ideas for children, can we do it for ideas for better transit safety, to better internet security, right? I think that
Yeah.
I think being a global player sure helps with that.
Mm, I think I can help you to do it immediately because I am the bridge between local and global. And I will be appreciate you and your team. I will be interested in collaboration, and I'd like to share the possibility because I am right now I am improvement of the technological success because I have some obstacles today, but in spite of it, I have a chat with you where we have a conversation, and I'd like to share the possibilities, and moreover, I can share global possibilities for Calgary because Calgary
Mhm.
has solution, Vancouver has a solution, and other cities all over the world has solution. And like to do collaboration and moreover, uh, for example, we have 20 or 21 different working group and there are a lot of questions about security, AI, avatar, meta economy or metaverse economy and for example, hijacking of your our personal avatar is a real problem, but in effect, we have to solve it because we have to go ahead in
Yeah.
spite of any obstacles because there are a lot of question, technical problems, but we have to go ahead and I'd like to support it in public space, in media space, and I'm good at marketing and if you are, for example, mayor of the city, you have to mix with your citizens, and we can do it. And if you mm, have a chance to be a part of it, I'll be happy. And for example, I'll put the video in YouTube channel, and I can put any link you want, and you can
Mhm.
send me any information you want about any possibilities you want, and I can share it in official documentation because
Mhm.
I am an official and my direction Canada and Hungary, and I can share all solution you have. I will be happy to share it and to highlight it at a global level. If you have someone from Vancouver, from Toronto, and other regions, I will be happy to share it and to. It, yes,
That's all right. So, Val, what brought you to Calgary then?
I'm going to have a trip next week. Unfortunately, I have been for 10 months and I have a meeting with the Smart City Calgary team. I saw with my proper eyes AR, a VR, and solution from Calgary, and I. mm, I think Calgary is one of the most progressive city in smart city direction. That is why I was looking for an opportunity, but uh, I am on the way, and I'd like to share solution to share. Professional from Calgary all over the world. And if even I will be in Europe or in Dubai, it does not matter because distance does not matter now. And I am in Calgary. I am back to Calgary. I think in winter because I have a business trip and I am going to back to Calgary in winter time. Uh,
Okay.
any case, any case, if you have any opportunity, and
Yep.
if you know official, because I'm looking for an opportunity to collaborate, to communicate with persons from Smart City Calgary, and it will be good for me. It will be huge plus for Calgary, and I'd like to share the opportunity because Calgary has a lot of possibilities for business for digital nomads, even 15 minutes transition, and when you have a huge frost outside, you wear t-shirts, you have an
Yeah.
internet access, and it's absolutely amazing. But in effect, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows about it. And when I came from Spain last December, my friends told me, "You're mad. What are you doing? Uh,
Yeah.
Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?" But
I can believe it. I can believe it. Well, so we launch our new facility in next month. So
yeah,
we're kind of all hands on deck. We've got a bit of a conference, so you'll see on our webpage next week the tickets will go on. And yeah, so I'm not sure when you're going to be back in Calgary, but yeah, if you're around, come by. And then into November, my schedule opens up again, and so when you're around, let's go grab a coffee. And the other thing we have a thing called this innovation through procurement. So it's because technology changes so fast, it's a way for us to stay on side of our procurement policies, but talk to vendors about what's next. So I could say, show me your technologies uh, that will improve transit safety. I could
yeah,
just put something very vague out there as a challenge, and then industry and academia have 2 or 3 weeks to reply. Technology. If you want to pilot it, you can pilot it for 6 months for 20 grand, right? Or and so you could say, actually, we're going to do this research with you, and it's free, but we want to research with you for 6 months, and it allows us to talk to all these vendors and all these companies.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I think where your communication skills and your network would be handy is making sure when we post those challenges that they're sent around, right? Whether that's Hungary or Dubai or wherever, right?
Yeah, absolutely, all over the world because I am a
Yeah.
part of United Nations, Geneva head office,
Yes.
and it's a hard, it's a hard.
Yeah. So that way we can look at some of these smaller local solutions, but also get some of these companies that maybe weren't thinking about doing business in Calgary.
Yeah, absolutely, because I have a huge interest from business all over the world to entering Canadian or entering Calgary markets, and I can share any solution. It is possible to be online because offline it's really difficult, scheduling, etc.,
Yeah.
etc., and you can share any information with my network, and at the global level, I'll send, by the way. I've done the documentation and I'll send it to you. Maybe you or someone from your team. I know Chase, and I was a part of his event in downtown, and
Yeah.
it's really good. It's an amazing solution, and I'll be happy. Smart City Calgary will share it at the global level, and I can to support City Calgary at the global level, and I'd like to do it because I love Calgary. I love way of living here, and I'll be happy to support
Sure.
at global level and to do something real for local business and for global business because
Yeah.
Smart City Calgary has a lot of solution and a lot.
I
It's
hope so.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, I hope so. Okay, so yeah, you send me that information. I'll send you back just the some background on that innovation through procurement process, and I'll send you information on the launch
yeah,
for
yeah.
October 21st.
Yeah,
And it'll be online as well. It'll be streamed. So if you're not
yeah,
around, you can still catch it.
yeah. I think that this is really good solution, especially for small business for citizen, and it's
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. And I'd like Smart City Calgary to share it because I don't know about the same solution globally, and I'd like to
Mm.
share and I'd like to highlight the possibility.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
thank you for your time, and I
No problem.
appreciate for your
Okay.
uh, thank
Yeah,
you.
well, I appreciate you taking the time too. Especially, I'm sorry about your car, but we'll
Ah,
we'll catch up soon.
it's not my car. I was a passenger.
Oh no. Okay. All right. So we'll have more time after well in November. But in the meantime, send me that information. I'll send you the information from us, and we'll catch up soon.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.